Okay, how are you out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is CHRISTIE Technology Screens. This right here is the 50-inch version of the Advanced Ambient Light Projection Extreme Fusion Color Gaming Nova, or Nova 17. We have a 50-inch of this, which I use downstairs, and then upstairs we have 135 of that technology upstairs. So basically, when you're looking for a screen paint, number one, you don't want to calibrate projectors. You don't want to be in dark environments. You don't want to spend money for overpriced, expensive projectors. That's why I don't really like doing demonstrations on high-end, expensive projectors, 4K laser projectors that cost $4,000 and $5,000. Why start a demonstration off with a projector that caliber to begin with? Because the only way the customer is going to be to achieve that picture quality, they're going to have that same projector or something a little more expensive. Another thing I don't like to do is ambient light controlled environments. That's something I don't like to do. Usually when people are doing demonstrations in ambient light controlled environments or trying to do demonstrations in well-lit environments, they will never show you contrast levels. You will never see it. You will only see bright, beautiful images because those are the images that are going to pull up best on their screens. They're going to stay away from the contrast levels. That's why I like to do a couple of bright color demonstrations, some white levels, and then at the end I'll show you contrast, something that they can't go near because they can't produce that. So that's something else too I don't like to do in my demonstrations. I like to show everything so you can see contrast, white levels, and color. Another thing too, testing my screens against certified screens to see how my screen levels up against high-end, high-performance screens. Those demonstrations I also do also. And like I said, using low-end projectors and cheap model projectors. Now my main projectors in my home, including my demonstration projectors are usually 720p or 1080p. My main projectors in my home that I use are my 720p ultra short throw. And over here we're using the SVGA 600 by 800 res projector we're using here. That's my main projector right there that I use. Alright, so let me show you how amazing. First things first, we're getting off a projector that's outdated. I got it for around $230, never been calibrated. So let me show you that the screen does all the work. That's the most important thing. And we're going to do contrast levels, everything the whole 9 yards. And as you can see, the environment is always, I'm going to pause right here, the environment is always fully lit. That's very important in a demonstration because I don't want my customers to witness any of my demonstrations in the dark because, like I said before, I don't want your environment to be in the dark. I want you to be in a well-lit environment. That's why we do a lot of demonstrations in the dark, and we do those contrast levels and colors and white levels. All that has to be done in a fully lit environment because if we do these things in the dark, what's going to happen is when you get it home in your environment, which is going to be different from mine, it's not going to perform that well. Let me show you the zoom up real quick so you can see how amazing that looks on a $230 outdated projector. My projector was discontinued in 2012. That's how old it is. Very old projector. Alright, so let's begin. And we can do the zoom up. It's very important for a screen to be able to pull contrast, white levels, and color. Contrast levels have to be displayed, and they have to be displayed in a fully lit environment, which is very important. That's why I like these dark and bright contrast levels at the same time. So you can appreciate the contrast levels and the screen's white levels and colors. Now this right here is our advanced gamer paint. As you can see, you can use it for more than just gaming. And as I said before, the most important thing on a projection screen today is contrast. When you buy a projector, all they're talking about is that contrast level, They don't talk about the white levels on projectors. Contrast is everything. That's why contrast is all or nothing. See how the white levels come up? Amazing, amazing, amazing white levels for the technology. We can do this at a distance. I'll show you the lighting that we have in the environment. Also too, I'm going to step back here and show you how far the projector is sitting from the screen, which is very important, as you must see. Come back over here. Sorry about that. Get up close and personal. Now, this is a gamer paint, as I said before. It is available on our website with free worldwide shipping. It does come with free LED lights. We have it at 1 quart that paints the screen size from 100 inch to 120 inch. We have it at 2 quarts that paints up to 150 inch. 1 gallon will paint up to 190 inches. And 2 gallons will paint up to about a 250 to 260. And as you can see, it looks absolutely incredible. Now, this one we're using a 1080p projector, and as I said before, this projector was discontinued in 2012. See how the reds pop? And that's one of the beautiful things about the gamer paint. The gamer paint has enhancement when it comes to color technology. It has the ability to produce very, very bright, vivid colors. Now imagine if the colors look this beautiful. Imagine how it is when you do gaming on these screens. And this also will apply to sports and movies and TV shows. I like to do the zoom in, bring it back out a little bit. So you see the entire environment, how it's reacting to it. Let's bring it back over here, a little farther back. So you can see the black levels, that contrast, that deep contrast. See how much we got left in there. We got quite a bit left in there. See how beautiful that color pops up. Like I said, contrast is everything. Very important to have contrast. And contrast and white numbers and everything. Every time I try to track one down, literally can't find it. I know, but I know I'm supposed to have one on. I keep these 3 goals.
That's it?
Yeah, I remember the toy box. Keeping my behind. Yesterday I ended up in an emergency vehicle. Yeah, couldn't breathe, but it comes back. You know, it goes just inside. It's going to. Well, they know already. They already know. Why explain it on camera?
I'll look at you so fast.
Never mind. Anyway, yeah, I was people still ask about that because I'll disappear and I'll come back on camera and still watching. I'm watching you with another camera. I was just going here by the way. Let me let you get back to the way I'm chatting back and I'm talking to death. Seriously. Alright?
Have fun.
Alright, you too. Alright, bye-bye. Let me see what I do here. Alright, people, sorry about that. Had packages to get out for customers and talking to the mail lady, make sure everybody's taken care of. We got a commercial in there, so I'm sorry about that. I'm not editing it, so I never edit any of my demonstrations. So I was trying to find the clicker to come out of that, so you just have to fast forward over that, but I do apologize for that. Like I said, I was taking care of some business, couldn't find my remote control. But we're at, how far are we in? 17? I think we're 17 in. Hopefully we're 17 in. Let me move this away for a minute. I want to take my time here. 17, okay, not bad. Not bad at all, it's 17. All right, usually I don't get the whole commercials in there, but like I said, you know, it happens. I was taking care of some business right now, getting my customers' orders taken care of, getting them out the door, and kind of got into the conversation with her, a real nice person, and you know, sorry about that. But as I said before, contrast is everything, and without contrast, you have nothing. You have to have contrast. It's very important, and that's why I feel like these light gray screens, you know what I mean, are just obsolete. They are just obsolete. They can't pull that contrast level. They can pull the beautiful bright colors easily, but when it comes to those contrast levels, this is something they're going to struggle with. I'm going to pause this right here on this screen. We're going to pause it right there, and we're going to click over, and hopefully, oh, now I know what that remote control is for. I had an extra remote control. Like, wait a minute, get an extra remote control here. Something's wrong here. It's for that screen. That's what it's for. I think it's this screen. Yeah, it is this screen. Fire stick is just taking its time coming on. It's slowly coming on. There we go. That's why I like doing the demonstrations on the 50-inch. But to show you that, you know, we can do this on a much larger scale.
Let's talk cash.
And this is a $59 projector I purchased. And this screen comes in at 148 inches. About, yeah, 140 inches. And this is why when you see me on camera doing this, turning to the side, because you should be able to see the screen with no problem as it's turned to the side. See right there? You should be able to see that with no problem. Usually this is one of the problems you run in with ultra short throw projectors, is the fact that they can't seem to pull that image. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
And this is what I mean by contrast is very important. Because you have to be able to pull that contrast in order to be able to get that deep outer space. In order to be able to achieve that, you have to be able to pull contrast. Now, I could do bright colors on this screen with no problem and pass, no problem. But the thing about it is you have to have contrast. Contrast is very important, and it's kind of difficult for some screens to be able to do that. And as you can see, we're doing this right in a fully lit environment, and none of the screens are having any problems whatsoever. Starfield demonstration. I might get a commercial on that one. I'm at 22, so I'm still good. Outer space screensaver. Outer space screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
And this is why contrast is very important. So we have 1080p on this projector right here, 720p on that projector right there. Now see how the color is much more richer on this one? Because like I said, this screen was designed to basically boost the color. This is a gaming technology, give you more color, more contrast. Contrast is going to be darker on this screen, but on this one, color is going to be a lot more vivid. Both of them can take in a ton of ambient light, as you can see, whether it be 50 inch or 448 inches. The reason why gray screen and white screen have a problem, because see this area right here that's all black in here, the outer space in here, that's where they would have the problem. They couldn't be able to pull it up, especially in a fully lit environment. That would become a problem. Alright, gotta go on a hunt for a minute. I lost the controller somewhere in the house again. That's the story of my life. Losing my controllers throughout the house. super weird as always. Outer space screensavers. And this is what I mean by ambient light rejection, contrast, color, white levels, very important when it comes to a screen. Now it's easier for me to display an ambient light rejection demonstration on a smaller screen. That's why I like to use the larger ones, to show you that we don't have to use a smaller one. If we don't have to, we can use a much larger screen. And now you see how the colors here are a lot more vivid and they pop a lot higher, because this is a gaming screen paint. We actually enhance the color coding in this to make it much more brighter, to produce much more brighter and more vivid colors. And you see with all this light we have coming in here, we can still maintain an image on that screen with no problem. Now that's the gunmetal right there that's being displayed. Over here we have the Signature 17, and over here we have the Gamer Paint, which is the Advanced Ambient Light Rejection. That's the Extreme. It has a long name to Extreme Fusion Color Gaming Nova. I'm sorry, Advanced Ambient Light Rejection Extreme Fusion Color Gaming Nova 17. Very long name to it, but yeah. See right here, we're producing the image here and here on a smaller screen. That's what's that contrast is everything. And if you have a good quality product, you should be able to produce this contrast levels with no problem. And this is what usually I see in a lot of screens out there on the market will shy away from those contrast levels because they can't pull them up. They will not do them in fully lit environments, which we can do here easily. All right, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for your time. I have to go, and God bless. And as I said before, contrast is everything.